And here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers and build custom software solutions. So I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. Okay, so one of my favorite movies is The Princess Bride. I love this movie, and I love movies in general, but so I quote them a lot. So, in Princess Bride, at the very end, you have Inigo Montoya, who has been practicing this his whole life, and he keeps saying over and over this phrase. Everybody knows it, right? Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. I do a terrible accent, by the way, but it's all right. You killed my father, prepare to die. And he says this like over and over, and they start sword fighting, and he like starts screaming, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. And what does Count Rugen finally say? Stop saying that, right? So today we're going to talk about the things that developers need to stop saying. I've gone over a couple of these before, but we're going to go over some new ones today. These are things that I cringe as a manager when I hear developers say, or as a senior developer when I hear junior developers say this. So let's dive into some of these today. Okay, so stop saying that, right? And here's some of these ones, right? So that's not a bug, it's a feature, right? We've all heard this before, and usually might be a clever way to deflect the blame, but it doesn't really solve the underlying problems. Clients and colleagues want solutions, not excuses, and this often comes off sounding like a bad excuse. So instead, acknowledge the issue and work towards the solution. Turning a blind eye to bugs only causes bigger problems down the line. So remember, honesty and proactivity, problem solving go a long ways. And so maintain that trust and that credibility, and just don't say that. It's fine if you're going to joke, but even in joke, be careful, right? All right. I don't need any help, right? Okay. That lone wolf mentality can be detrimental in a collaborative environment. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of resourcefulness. Collaboration often leads to better solutions and fosters a stronger team dynamic. You can learn from each other. Don't let pride stand in the way of progress. Recognize when you need assistance and reach out. A little teamwork can make a big difference. I always say that when two minds come together, there's a third mind that comes into play. And that third mind is collaboration. So work together with other developers. All right, next one, not to say. Well, I'll get to that later. Especially when you're in the middle of coding and you find a problem, you're like, oh, I'll get to that later, and you don't document it somewhere, woof, that's terrible. Procrastination is the enemy of productivity. Delaying tasks can lead to missed deadlines and increased stress and bugs that you may have found, and then they pop up in production. So instead, prioritize your workload and tackle tasks head on. Staying organized and proactive helps in managing responsibilities and doing that effectively. Your future self will thank you for it. Also, make sure you go back and check out some of our previous videos, because we have hundreds of code samples all for free that can help you to get better as a developer. So check these out, because I provide them totally for free. Just like you're watching this video, I have hundreds of free videos. And if you don't like this and you disagree with me, tell me that I'm an idiot. I love having comments, love having healthy discussions. But at the same time, we can disagree without being disagreeable. All right. It works, quote, it works for me, so it should work for you, right? This is kind of akin to saying it works on my machine, right? Assuming the code will function the same way in every environment is a total rookie mistake. Different systems, different configurations, and different contexts can lead to unexpected issues. Always test your code in multiple environments and ensure compatibility. It's better to catch issues earlier rather than dealing with them later. Empathy for the end user experience is key, so don't just assume, verify. But the other part of this too is, hey, well, it worked for me. What's something about the use case that you were doing? Can you tell me a little bit more about how you got it to do that? That sounds totally different than, it works for me, it should work for you. So don't hesitate to always gather a little information, because a lot of times the way they're running it might be different than how you tested it, because we can't test everything, right? We do want to try to do our best at testing, but we miss stuff, and it's okay to be humble and say that. All right, next bad thing to say. Well, I didn't write that part of the code. Shifting the blame doesn't solve the problem. If you encounter a bug or an issue, take ownership. Dive in. Work towards a solution. You're all part of the same team. Your willingness to address the problem reflects positively on your professionalism. The code base is a collective responsibility. A proactive approach fosters a supportive team culture. It's all about teamwork and accountability. Plus, nobody likes that guy who points out everybody else's problems. Just jump in and get it done. You're always going to look better to be a team player, I promise. And I've been around this game for a while. All right. That's how we've always done it, right? You notice I always use this really cool voice when I say the things you shouldn't say. So, clinging to outdated methods stifles innovations. The tech industry evolves rapidly, and so should your approach to development. Be open to new tools, techniques, and methodologies. Challenging the status quo can lead to significant improvements. Embrace change and encourage others to do the same. Also, you can learn a lot from other people that you work with. You can also learn a ton from our previous code samples. So go check out our previous videos as well. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because I try to bring you a lot of great content, and I'm not going away. All right. Well, the specs were wrong, right? So I understand that unclear specifications can be frustrating. There's not an excuse, but they're not an excuse for us building poor quality code. Communication is crucial. So if you don't understand a requirement, go back and ask. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek for clarifications. Working with stakeholders to refine specs can lead to better outcomes. So it's all about collaboration and ensuring everyone's on the same page. Clear communication is key to a successful project. So don't be afraid to go ask for help. All right, let's go on the next one here. I don't do documentation. I'd probably fire a developer if I heard him say this. Neglecting documentation is a short-sighted approach. Well-documented code is easier to maintain, scale, and hand over. It might seem tedious, but it saves time and headaches in the long run. Think of it as an investment in the future. Good documentation is a sign of a professional developer. It's an essential part of the development process. Have you ever gone and picked up code from Google or Microsoft or some other highly respected professional? It's always very well documented, right? There's nothing more frustrating than picking up an API that has terrible documentation. Document your stuff. All right, number 9. Well, they can just handle that manually. Manual processes are prone to error and inefficiencies. Whenever possible, we want to automate repetitive tasks. Automation not only saves time, but also ensures consistency and accuracy. Embrace tools and scripts that can streamline your workflow. Working smarter, not harder, should be the goal. I always like the lazy developers because it means they're trying to automate everything. Make sure you also go back and check out our previous code samples, because we have tons and tons of automation samples out there, all for free. So check them out. All right, well, it's not my problem. Adopting a silo mentality can hinder project success. Even if something falls outside of your direct responsibilities, offer to help can make a big difference. It shows that you're invested in the success of the project, the team, and the company. Being a team player means occasionally stepping out of your comfort zone. Your willingness to pitch in fosters a positive team environment. We all succeed together. So, what are your thoughts? Do you disagree with some of these? Did I forget some? I have a previous video that also goes through some of these. So you probably are like, well, you missed some of the most important ones, and that's because they might be in the previous video. So go and check out the previous video. But I love having a good discussion. If nothing else, leave me a comment that says hi and where you're from, right? Or what you code in, what's your favorite language. I love having a great discussion. Here at StartupHakk, we love training software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and to build custom software solutions for companies. So reach out, because we'd love to help. Hit the links down below, or check out startuphakk.com today for the coding boot camp, or startuphakk.com/Spencer for custom software solutions. And make sure you check out our free coding samples that we have on the channel, and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.